Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today for you guys is another, I guess the final episode of the Book of Boba Fett. Now, first and foremost, this is again going to be spoilers. If you haven't seen Episode 7 or Chapter 7, make sure to go watch that on Disney Plus before you come over here. Now, sadly, the only negative is that Boba Fett didn't write a friggin' book. I guess in the sense that the Book of Boba Fett, meaning it kind of starts in this end and it kind of ends in that end, kind of a book end of a season. Because, you know, we kind of start out with Boba Fett kind of going with the Tuskens and learning their ways and all that. And then we kind of switch over to Mandalorian, Grogu, and Luke, Ahsoka, and all that. And then for this final episode, we kind of get an amalgamation of pretty much everyone. You know, I mean, Ahsoka, Luke, you know, they're not in it. But Grogu's in it, Mando's in it. That crazy kid with the frizzy hair, she's in it. Freaking everyone's in it. You know what I mean? The speeder bike people that everyone freaked out about online for no reason. Boba Fett's in it. Fennec Shand, they're all awesome. They're all there. And, of course, we have the Rancor, which is really effing cool. But, you know, I was kind of nervous watching this because I don't really know how to feel about this season. Because on the one hand, it's a great Mandalorian aspect. There's a great Boba Fett aspect. But as, again, a Book of Boba Fett show, Boba Fett's not in really 2 of the episodes out of the 7. So it's kind of weird. But at the same time, it does fit into, you know, the overall, I guess, theme and message of the show. And it really pays off in a really nice way with, of course, the Mandalorian and Grogu kind of... Because I freaking knew... I called it. I knew Grogu was going to pick the armor over the lightsaber. Because think about it. If he chose the lightsaber, Kylo Ren would probably kill him. And yes, for everyone complaining and freaking out, yes, the Mandalorian show, the Book of Boba Fett show, all this stuff, it's all in the same canon. There is no Dave Filoni verse. None of that bullcrap. It's literally the exact same canon that the prequels, originals, and take place in. And if Grogu were to keep the lightsaber, Kylo Ren would probably slice him and dice him. So I'm glad that he chose the armor. It only made sense. I knew he would do it. But so that was cool to see him come back. To see, you know, basically Mandalorian and Grogu were just kind of on their own, you know, with the Naboo starfighter, just kind of going off in space and doing whatever the heck they want. That's kind of cool. And then we get the Boba Fett aspect where Black Chrysanthemum is still alive, Cobb Vanth is still alive. Post-credit scene, getting kind of like juiced up with the different like cybernetic parts and all that, kind of like Grievous. In a way, that's kind of cool. Cad Bane dies, which is pretty effing insane. I like that Boba Fett killed him with the staff that the Tuskens gave him to kind of, you know, bookend that, so to speak. But Cad Bane's a cool character. You know, he's in the Clone Wars a lot. He's in the Bad Batch. He's really one of the coolest Star Wars characters, and the fact that he died kind of sucks. But it makes sense, and I'm glad they did it. I'm glad Boba Fett got to kill him. So, you know, on the one hand, this is a great show, but, you know, there is that one caveat where it's like, Boba Fett didn't really do a whole lot in the beginning, and then we just switch on over to Mando, and then the second scene, you know, the final episode is him and Mandalorian. They're all kind of battling Tatooine over the Pike Syndicate. I mean, this is a great finale. It's a fantastic and epic finale, but at the same time, it does feel a bit out of place when you look at the rest. Like, okay, is this a Mandalorian season? Is this a Boba Fett season? We don't freaking know. But if this really is, you know, because it technically is a spinoff, you know what I mean? It's not like a complete new thing because, again, Mando and Grogu are in it, so it makes sense. But overall, was this show worth watching? Yes. Was it worth making? Yes. I think Boba Fett is a great character, and if anything, they humanized him. I think a lot of people, you know, complaining, oh, Boba Fett's too passive-aggressive. He's not as angry. Boba Fett, there's a transformation in there, and you're really not understanding. Boba Fett in the original trilogy is literally just kind of a silent bounty hunter killer dude, and then in this he kind of grows a little bit of, you know, I guess a bit of a personality, and can kind of grow to, you know, admire Tatooine and the people in it, and not just, you know, oh, I'm Boba Fett, you know, I work for money, credits, you know, that kind of thing. It just doesn't work that way. So I like that he's actually kind of gaining respect, and he's giving it, and he's kind of killing all the bad guys, you know what I mean? So he's still a murderer, but he's not just straight up bounty hunter now. He kind of learns a lesson, so to speak, from the beginning with the Tuskens helping him kind of realize that. And then, of course, kind of killing Cad Bane is essentially what Finn kills Captain Phasma in The Last Jedi, when Phasma says, "You were always scum," and Finn says, "Rebel scum." That moment signifies Finn finding out who he is as a person. And that's kind of what Boba Fett does as well. You know what I mean? Boba Fett kills Cad Bane with the Tusken stick, kind of, again, closing that chapter of his quote-unquote book. And, you know, I enjoyed it. I think the Rancor fight was badass. I think the action scenes were really cool. It was funny at times. It was action-packed. It was intense. And it was a really good, satisfying ending. So the Book of Boba Fett is not my favorite Star Wars show. In terms of an actual substance, you know, the actual, like, plot, it's not the highest because, again, it does kind of deviate, and I don't think the show really knows what it wants to be. Is it a Boba Fett-centered show? Is it a Mandalorian sequel before Season 3? You know, it is kind of, like I said, a big splotch of everything, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but again, it's like watching, oh, there's a new Ninjago season, but none of the ninja are in it. You know what I mean? Oh, there's a new Harry Potter film, but Harry Potter's not in it. That's kind of how it is. And that's not really a negative, but when you're comparing, you know, The Mandalorian Season 1 and 2 was, you know, Mandalorian was effing in it. You know what I mean? Clone Wars, you know, Resistance, Kaz was in almost every episode. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of a weird thing to talk about, and kind of, I hope you understand what I'm talking about, but it is very much kind of a strange idea to kind of just go, okay, Mandalorian's in here, you know, and I get it. Season 3 is happening. I get it. But overall, this show is fantastic. In terms of the actual episodes, you know, the quality, it's an easy 10 out of 10. The action's great, the writing's great, the acting's great, the music was great, the directing was great, the editing was great, the freaking CGI was fantastic. I mean, the Luke CGI in Episode 6 was, you know, by far the best CGI I've probably seen in any of the animated Marvel or Star Wars shows on Disney Plus. It looks freaking fantastic. The Rancor looked insane. You know, there was never a moment where Boba Fett was riding that thing where it looked wonky or cheesy. There's one or two moments where he moved and it was a little, okay, it was a little kind of rubbery, and I can just tell because humans can tell. You know what I mean? We've been born since freaking Adam and Eve. You know what I mean? We understand what humans look like and how they look like in movement. So I get it. You know, human eyes, you can't really fool us too much, but they did a damn good job with the CGI. I gotta admit, it was really freaking cool. And overall, this series was really nice. I think it ended in a great way. Every episode had something unique and different about it, which is really nice. But again, if I were to rate the show as, like, you know, a topic, or as like a, you know, I guess, conclusive, you know, I guess, point, or, you know, center point of, like, focusing on a character, it wouldn't be that too high. I'd probably give it like an 8 or a 7, because again, it feels out of place. It felt like they were like, all right, Boba Fett show, but oh, people like Mandalorian, we gotta have him here. Oh, people like Grogu, we gotta, you know, I mean, it was kind of like they were scrounging around to go, we gotta put him in there. You know what I mean? It's like we have to shoehorn Luke into it. You know what I mean? And I get it. Luke, everything from Mandalorian to Luke to Ahsoka to Grogu, they had their reason to be there. They're not just there to be there, but it does seem that way in a Boba Fett show where Boba Fett's barely in it. So on that note, on that aspect, it's not the highest. Actual show, actual episode quality, it's a perfect 10 out of 10. Disney, again, Disney does not make Star Wars, they own it. Lucasfilm is doing a great job, you know, with everything. Clone Wars, Rebels, Resistance, Bad Batch, Boba Fett, Mandalorian, sequel trilogy, everything that's been recently, basically everything that's happened since 2014, 2013, 2015 with The Force Awakens, everything has been golden in terms of quality. And, you know, I love the originals. I love the prequels. They have some issues, but I do think, you know, all Star Wars is good, and the Book of Boba Fett is another example of that. So again, tell me in the comments without spoiling what you think about this final episode of the Book of Boba Fett. Again, the next Star Wars TV show besides maybe Bad Batch is going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi in May 25th, which, if you don't know, Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope, which was the first movie released, the fourth in the Skywalker saga, was released May 25th, 1977. So they're kind of, you know, pulling a nostalgic, you know, kind of drum right there. So still very much, very awesome. You know what I mean? Very much, very awesome. We're rolling with it. I think that was a really good episode. Really good show. I can't wait to buy it on Blu-ray from eCreator or something like that, because I'm a collector. I need to see if they have that in a few weeks here or days. Maybe I'll unbox that, who knows. But again, great show. You know what I mean? I think that we could have had more Boba Fett in it, especially for episode 5 and 6, but from what we got, I really enjoyed it. And I can't freaking wait. Bring on more Star Wars, especially sequel content, but the stuff we're getting now, and it seems like Kenobi's going to be cool. Bad Batch, you know, the future of Star Wars, video games, comics, you know, movies, novels, everything, man. Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker saga, Star Wars in general is in a really great spot, and I can't wait to see where the future holds. The Book of Boba Fett is a great show. If you haven't seen it, I don't know why you're watching this video, but go watch it. Thank you guys. We'll see you in the next video.